Hi everyone, welcome to the capstone course. This is going to be a continuation of the senior project that we were working on in PSY C248, and we're just going to keep moving forward. By the end of this course, you will have completed your senior thesis paper. You will have created a complete audiovisual presentation, and you will be prepared to discuss your project and answer questions that are posed by a faculty panel in real time in week 8. So let's just take a moment and familiarize ourselves with the setup of this course. It's going to be a little bit different than what we've had in the past. This is an independent study, so the focus is on you completing your project, doing your research, and that sort of thing. You will be working with myself and Nate Green. We're co-teaching this course. So you'll be getting feedback from both of us in order to help make your project as excellent as it could be. So let's just take a look and get an idea of what the course is going to be like. Please make sure that you check this top block. There's a lot of information here. In this area, we have some APA style resources that'll help you be able to get a better idea of what APA style is and what the expectation is. You will need to submit your paper in full APA style. So that means title page, running head, reference sheet, your in-text citations should be appropriate. Your references should be completed in appropriate APA style. This is an excellent site for helping you with that, and I'll be able to help you with it as well. I also provided you with a sample of a thesis paper. You feel free to take a look at that to get an idea of how what scholarly writing really looks like, what the expectations are. This was for a master's program, so it's quite a bit longer, quite a bit more in depth than we're looking for in this particular assignment. But it's going to give you a good idea of what what a thesis paper should look like. So let's go back. Okay. You're also going to find your research report form. I expect that you'll be doing these appropriately. You are supposed to add notes in with it. You should be completing quite a bit of research each week. I want to, make sure that you understand that you need to have at least 15 sources for your paper. So we're not talking about a kind of schedule where you could just read one research article a week and be done with it. You have to be doing quite a bit of research each and every week and adding to your paper appropriately. Here are the instructions. So let's go over this a little bit more. So the senior project, the expectation is that you're going to be doing something that's at least 12 pages in proper APA format. You will create an audiovisual presentation that's no less than 15 minutes. You can use PowerPoint, Keynote, VoiceThread, whatever you'd like. The important piece is that it's a professional presentation. It's narrated, it's clear, it's well organized, it's visually appealing. These are all very important components, and you'll see those in the grading rubrics. It'll specify exactly what the expectations are for the presentations. Most likely, because of the narration, you're going to have to upload it to YouTube or some other site and provide us with the link so that we can view it. That's fine. If anyone has any questions on how to do that, I know you can save or broadcast PowerPoint directly from the PowerPoint program, but you can use programs like Screencast, QuickTime, VoiceThread is a good one. There's a lot of programs that we can use. So if anyone has questions, please let me know ahead of time, because the expectation is this is going to be a fully functional presentation that you'll be submitting with full narration. And finally, again, I just want to clarify the presentation piece that we're going to be doing in real time. It's really just question and answer. So the presentations that you create here are going to be sent off The week before, to the faculty panel, which is going to be myself, whoever your faculty mentor was, and another member of the SAGE community. That presentation with the narration is going to be sent off to them prior to the real-time session. We're going to view it, and then when we meet real time, either using Big Blue Button or Skype, we're just going to ask you questions about it. So you're not presenting in real time. You're answering questions about your work in real time, and that should be about 10 minutes. There's a rubric that also explains that as well. So let's move on to the second piece. All right, again, your paper, the expectations that you're going to have 15 to 20 sources. So if you have under 15 sources, that's not going to be acceptable. You really have to take a lot of information in, do a lot of quality research, and synthesize that material. So if you're having problems obtaining that many sources or having problems going through that material and making sense of it, please let me know ahead of time, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're just throwing 10 sources in that don't really apply or make any sense. And this will go through just the presentation. We're looking about 15 minutes. I think for you to be able to really fully explain your project and the work that you've done, you're going to need 15 minutes. So, start working on that, and, try and time yourself per slide so that you're meeting that expectation. Again, you can have, if you've done any handouts or pamphlets or videos or animation or anything, any supplementary materials that you created for this project, you can send it in at that time. You can attach it with the presentation, and we'll view it ahead of the real-time question and answer session. So let's get into that part. Again, this is not a presentation of your PowerPoint, so you're not going to be presenting in real time the PowerPoint. That will be complete the week before. That will be submitted, and all this is you're going to be answering questions about your topic. These are some examples of possible questions. There could be specific questions about some of the research articles that you've discovered or discussed. It could be asking you what you feel the direction that the topic should take from this point on. It could be, really anything. So you just want to make sure that you understand and you're fully comfortable with your topic, and that you've done some extensive research and really become experts in this topic. If you feel at any point that you're not going to be able to do it live by voice, please let me know and we can set it up as an instant message protocol, so we can do it typed messages. So we can type the questions, speak the questions, whatever, and you can type the answers back. It's going to be up to you, but you got to let me know. All right, so let's go back again. The Big Blue Button, feel free to use it with your mentor, your faculty mentor, myself, Nate, whoever you'd like. Unless you have computer difficulties and this program doesn't work for you, as far as, if it doesn't load or anything like that, this is what we're intending to use for the real-time presentations, or the real-time question and answer session. So familiarize yourself with this, start using it with your mentor so that you understand how it works. Start uploading your PowerPoints, doing screen shares. It's a great program. You can have multiple people in it at once. It's not as clunky as Skype can be. All right, let's take a quick look at the syllabus just to give you an overview of what we're going to be doing. All right, one note I want everyone to make: we do have a forum each week. However, we do not have, it's not the same point value. You're going to post one just talking about where you're at this current moment with your project, what research you've done, any problems, etc. That's 5 points. Then 5 points for reply to a classmate. So if you say, I found this great database on the Sage Library, wanted to try this out. That's it. It's 2 posts per week, and it's only 10 points as opposed to 20. The assignments that we have each week are directly related to your project. We're doing research reports like we did in the previous course. You're going to do some question answer mock sessions, and it's completely and wholly wrapped into what your project is. So we're not doing anything that's outside of that. There's 100 points worth of assignments in that section. The senior project itself is worth 520 points. Your thesis paper is worth 200 of that 520 points. The presentation is worth 200 points, and the real-time presentation question and answer session is worth 120 points. So the total available for this course is 700 points. This is our schedule. In week 1, you're going to have to submit a research report, and there's nothing that we're going to be directly handing in as far as the project goes. If you notice, the discussions are the same every week. Tell me about what's going on with your project. Week 2, another research report is due, as well as the first 7 pages of your paper with revisions. I expect that you're making the revisions that are being suggested to you in the previous drafts. So we're just going to keep building upon that and making it better and better as we go along. Week 3, we're going to have a mock Q&A, and you're going to complete those self-assessments again. So it's going to be very similar to what you've done already. You won't be making up any practice PowerPoints for this. You'll probably just want to use the draft PowerPoints that you've created already. Your draft presentation is due in week 3. So you're going to have that started and really showing that you're doing some good, making some good progress with that. In week 4, another mock Q&A, and the first 10 pages of your draft with revisions is due. Week 5, another research report. It's important to remember research doesn't necessarily end once you've started doing drafts. You're probably going to find that you're going to need more and more as you go along to answer some lingering questions that might be in there or fill some gaps. So we're not going to stop doing research, just because you started doing drafts. Your revised presentation is going to be due in week 5, another mock Q&A in week 6, and then your full draft is due in week 6. So your first full draft of the entire paper with title page, running head, reference section, everything is due in week 6. In week 7, you're going to upload your presentation to the class, and then you're going to give feedback to your classmates on a rubric. Your final presentation is also due in week 7, and this is very important because we need to submit these to the faculty panel, myself, your senior or your faculty mentor, and the senior SAGE member before we schedule the Q&A sessions. So there's no leeway on this. This has to be submitted in week 7. So prepare. And week 8, final week, the real-time Q&A, you'll be scheduling that in Moodle, and your final paper is due. And then you're done. So again, please make sure that you're familiarizing yourself with the course, with the resources that are here for you, that you are making sure you're setting up a really good schedule for yourself where you're reading a variety of articles and other sources frequently throughout the week. Don't just get in the habit of doing one per week just because that's what some of the assignments have been. You need to be doing a lot of research, and you need to be putting it together. We'll work as hard as we can to help you out. Everyone's got some really excellent projects already on the way, and I'm really excited to get this going. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions of myself or Nate, and good luck.